Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we are going to do a shine video on a couple of pair of Cobbler Union shoes. Cobbler Union is a brand that I've heard a lot of you guys requesting, and we don't get a lot of them into our store just because they're such a new brand and they're so well made. You know, it takes a while for folks to burn through them. And also, again, like I said, they're relatively new, so you just don't see as many out there. So a customer brought a couple of pairs of these in the other day and just wanted to have them shine. So what I'm going to do is shine a couple of these today, and while I'm polishing these shoes up, I'll kind of give you just my quick rundown of what I think of Cobbler Union, just based upon what I see from the outside. We'll try to get some more Cobbler Union shoes in here and actually take them apart and do a more thorough review, but that's all we can do for now. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to clean these with some of our leather soap today. I was going to say, like I said, we don't always clean it with saddle soap or leather soap. Just depends upon how dirty the shoes are. But there is some dirt built up, especially along the welt line here. So I'm going to give these a quick bath before putting on the conditioner. Okay, so while I take the laces out of this shoe, I'll just kind of give you a rundown on these Cobbler Union shoes that were brought in. The quality of them appears to be really nice. The uppers, or the upper leather, is a really nice soft leather on both of these. The lining of them is extremely soft leather. So one of the things that I noticed about these Cobbler Union shoes on both pair, and I assume they do this with all of their shoes, is the inside liner, or the part where your heel is on, is a quilted leather. And it looks really neat looking. It's like a diamond shape. This pair is red, and on the inside it's, like I said, red lining. And it's got the same thing, a little quilted pattern on there as well. Alright guys, so I've got them cleaned off. Now I'm just going to put a little conditioner on there to soak into the leather and just make sure that that leather is nice and hydrated. One thing about these leathers is they are very beautiful leathers. I love the patina work done on them. It's very subtle. You really have to look into it to even see some of the coloring, but yeah, I mean it's really pretty in person, and that kind of affects what color cream I'll be using as well. Probably on the toes I'll use the dark brown, which is what this, the best match for this shoe, and then I'll probably use just a neutral on the rest of the shoe because I don't really want to affect that patina color at all. Alright, set those off to dry. And we'll do the same to these. And for a lot of you guys that are asking me too, if the renovateur will, take off the patina or, darken the shoe. As you can see, I mean, this is what it looked like before, and this is after the renovateur. So it really doesn't make a difference on really nice high-end leathers. Now, I say that because there are some companies that are using high-end leathers, but then I'm not sure how they are doing their patina work. but some folks have said that the Renovateur and some other conditioners are taking off the patina work. So again, I haven't seen that in person, so I can't speak for it, but as you can see on these Cobbler Union shoes, it's doing just fine, and actually doing a really nice job putting the conditioners back in there without affecting the patina. All right, so I've kind of fallen into a rhythm on my shoe shine here, and I know some of you guys are sitting here waiting for me to give you my opinion on Cobbler Union. So now that I've kind of gotten started and I'm on a roll, now's, I guess, a good time to kind of tell you what my thoughts on it. Again, we've only gotten a handful of Cobbler Union shoes in here before, and so far they have all just been for shoe shines. This is the first pairs that we've had in quite some time. So again, I know a lot of you guys are wanting to see a complete breakdown of the Cobbler Union shoes, and again, as soon as we can get our hands on a pair, then we will do that. But in the meantime, just to give you an idea about this brand, again, it's a relatively new brand. They are based out of Atlanta, Georgia, but they have their shoes made in Spain, and they are very high quality shoes. I would kind of put them in the same league as maybe some of the Carmina, J. Fitzpatrick. Price point wise, that's where they fall. They're around the $395 to low 400 range, maybe a little bit more for some of their shoes, but very high quality. Again, they're again with the $395 price range, they're also up there with Allen Edmonds. But the uppers are really nice leathers. The liners are really nice, or the leather lining is really nice. All right, so I put the brown on there, and I kind of got the toe area, and if you didn't see me, I put the brown around the edges of the sole and the heel block. You always want to make sure you can put the color back in there as well. And now I'm just going to take some of the neutral here and apply that on the rest of the shoe, because there are no scuffs. And if there aren't scuffs all over your shoe, and especially if you have patinaed leather, there's nothing wrong at all with just putting a neutral color cream on your shoes. It's going to do the same thing, it's just not going to put that coloring back in it. All right, so this is kind of what the bottoms of all of the Cobbler Union shoes look like. You can see the waist on them. I love the craftsmanship on the waist. They also have a blind stitch on all of their shoes, which is really nice. I don't know about the heel blocks. Again, my guess is that they may be stacked leather. They may not be. Again, I can't tell you definitively right now because I've never cracked a pair open, but I will let you know whenever we get that opportunity. Looks like they have combination leather rubber heels, and that would be my guess is they have those on most of their shoes, unless perhaps they do some rubber bottom ones. I can't recall right off the top of my head if they do or not, but I also like the little tack work that they do as well. Very nice touch. A lot of times when we get emails from folks asking what shoes we recommend within that, $300, $400 price range, Cobbler Union is definitely one of those that we recommend. There's been a lot of really great reviews from shoe guys out there regarding this brand, and so far we liked it a lot. I definitely don't think you can go wrong if you're willing to spend around that $400 price point. Okay, again on these we're going to use the same color brown. It's really close match, but I'm going to be careful on these because it does have so much patina work on it. Again, I'm just going to get the toe area with this brown color, as well as any of the rough spots that I find. And again, get around the edges. And again, I'll add neutral onto the rest of the shoe. Like I was saying, I love the blind stitch on the bottom of these soles. This is a different pair, so you can see that it is blind stitched, and then right around here you can see that where you start to wear off that little piece of leather on the sole that covers up that blind stitching. Just to answer your questions too, because sometimes we get folks that think once you start seeing that stitch there that the soles are shot. That's definitely not the case. When you do a blind stitch, you're just pulling up a very, very thin piece of leather, stitching it, and then gluing that leather back. So it's not going to take very long at all before that starts to occur. But again, you still have the entire sole to go, so don't worry about it. But again, that's just one more little touch that Cobbler Union does that makes these so nice. They're also Goodyear welted shoes. You can see that unlike, it's only a half welt on these two pairs of shoes here. I don't know if they do that on all of their shoes, but these two, you can see that the welt starts here and goes all the way around to here. And then they take the sole, and after it's done with the stitching, it just comes down and fiddles off right there before getting to the heel block. Really nicely done. Okay, so we've given these enough time to dry, and now we're just going to buff these off. Alright, so last thing I'm going to do on this pair is just take some of the neutral wax, Pate Deluxe wax, and I'm just going to apply that all over the shoe. Now we're not going to give a mirror shine on these like we have on some of the other videos. This is just to give a little bit of a shine to the shoe and for just a little bit of protection. Not to mention, just a little bit of a shine just really makes the shoe stand out and look that much nicer. Now again, you can put this on with your fingers, you can put it on with a chamois. It's really up to you. All right, we're gonna let that sit and dry, and while that's drying, we will switch these out. And I like to put a little bit of wax along that heel block as well, because it does give a little bit of protection to that leather, and it also gives a little bit of a shine to it, which makes it look nice when it's dry. Alright guys, so that just about does it with these Cobbler Unions. I think they look nice and they are ready to be given back to the customer. Again, this is a brand I would definitely check out. I think the quality of them, the build construction, the leather materials used are all very high quality, and it is definitely a brand that we will continue to recommend to each of you. So until then guys, we appreciate you joining us. Hit that like button, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and until next time, have a great day.